Hello everyone, it's Maddie with Spectrum Art. Madison is back there getting some schoolwork done, but she started the idea and we have designed it, so I'm gonna go ahead and walk you through the technical stuff, I guess, on how to put it together while she continues to work on some good stuff. What are we making today? We are going to be making some really cute envelope and card sets using very basic supplies, stuff that we all have around the home. Even if you are not a crafter, you will have the stuff most likely. And if you're a crafter, you definitely have all of it. These sets are just absolutely great because, you know, we all love stationery, especially personalized stationery. And this is just a great way to have a stash that you can actually go ahead and mail to your friends, get well cards, family, for birthdays, just customize stationery. And even better, you can also use them for gift giving, right? We all have that hard to shop for person in our lives. And guess what? This is a great way to make sure that you can customize something for that individual in any theme, you know, whether they're a pet lover or, you know, they support a specific team or a cause or a special occasion. Mother's Day is right around the corner, right? So is Father's Day. And or even that, like I said, that really picky person, or not picky, but hard to shop for, like a pastor or a boss or maybe a picky sister. And the thing is, why would you want to spend, you know, $6 or $8 sometimes for a card at the store, when you can actually go ahead and make something that's completely customizable that you know they're gonna love. So let's get right into it. Let's go ahead and talk about the supplies, and then we'll get to creating, okay? So very basic, as I promised, literally glue, white glue, just plain old Elmer's glue we all have. You could use an ATG gun, a glider, you know, tape glider. I won't be using mine because Madison went to town, and as you can tell, it's all gone and I haven't had a chance to replace it. But you could use that if you have it, but if not, plain white glue. Ruler and pencil, great. If you do have a trimmer, a paper trimmer, then by all means use that. That's a lot faster. But if not, pencil and ruler will work. Scissors, just plain old scissors, nothing fancy. We're going to be cutting paper. A bone folder is great if you have one. If you do not have one, you can use a popsicle stick. If you do not have that either, you can just use, you know, the back of the handle from your scissors, right, to go ahead and help you fold the paper. That's it. Other than that, some images, you know, whether it's something that you have actually fussy cut, and that's just a fancy word for saying, you know, detail cut by hand. I had some around here. Where'd they go? I don't know where they went, but I had some fussy cut images. So you can use those if you like some images from a book, and you can just cut around those. If not, if you have some artist trading cards or ATCs that you've worked on in the past, those are fantastic for utilizing for this. You could also use journaling cards or life project cards if you happen to have any of those as well, because sometimes we get those and we wonder, well, what am I supposed to do with that? Well, there you go. Or any kind of ephemera. If you bought some ephemera packs, you know, I think a lot of us crafters have these paper dolls and other little packets that we bought or that sometimes come in kits. You can utilize those for sure. Or stickers, which is what we're going to be using today, because, you know, we all have stickers, right? And we hardly ever use them. Sometimes we forget that we even have them or don't know how to use them. So this is a great time to go ahead and break out those stickers, guys, and let's make something beautiful. Other than that, that's it, guys, just paper. I mean, like I said, very basic. You're going to need 3 cardstock sheets of paper, regular size, right? We are looking at our 8.5 by 11 regular printer size paper, but we are going to be needing cardstock. We need something with a little bit of weight in there, so thicker paper, I should say. And then we're going to need 8 12 by 12 pages. Now, I'm giving you the instructions for the set that we're going to be making, which is 6 cards with matching envelopes. You might want to do 12, you might want to do 5, you might want to do 2, totally up to you. So you just go ahead and, you know, whatever you prefer. Just make the adjustments as to how much paper you're going to need. But for what we're making today, I will be using 8 12 by 12 pages. You could potentially even have stuff in your scrap box, your scrap pile of paper that you could use if you have some bigger pieces maybe left over from other projects. But as we get going and you guys get the measurements, you can go ahead and decide at that point in time, you know, whether you want to start with full sheets or whatever you have at hand. This is the nice thing about this. Not only are we going to use our stickers, but we're going to use that thinner paper. We all have these pads that we purchased that we love, you know, because they have beautiful, you know, papers in there, but they're the thinner kind. And sometimes we can't really use them unless we back them up. Well, you don't need to, because for this project, this is perfect. Thinner paper actually works best. You could use thicker paper, but of course it's going to create extra bulk, and you know, the folds will be a little bit tougher, but either one will work. I prefer using the thinner one. That's it. Other than that, just if you happen to have it or if you want to do it, and you'll see why, you could use an angle or a corner chomper because it just makes the project look nicer, and you'll see why, but it's totally optional. You could use one like this. This is my super fancy homemade recycled, what is it, junk mail card that I got, which I've used to help me, you know, when I go to cut angles. I just kind of place it this way, and you'll see how I use it. If you have a corner rounder like this one, whoops, this will work too. If Madison, where's your corner rounder? Okay, she's busy. Oh, here it is. This one. Yeah. If you have one like this, like Madison's, you could go ahead and use that. So anything at all. Don't have to use it. You could also just go ahead and use your scissors and eyeball the corners if you'd like. So totally optional. But other than that, that is it. Of course, for you pros, you can take this to the next level. You can go ahead and run your cards through the sewing machine. You can use a hole puncher and do a semicircle, right? Have circle punch if you want to on your envelopes. Sky's the limit, guys. You can go ahead and take this and build from there. But let's go ahead and let me put these aside, and I will show you what we've selected. So went through and got those stickers and decided, okay, we're going to go ahead and select our sheets of paper. We selected black cardstock for our base. And again, your bases can be any color you want. And I'm going to go through this first, and I'm going to show you guys. I don't want to do all the cutting, and obviously, you know, I try to keep my videos kind of short. So I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to probably pause the video, speed it up, and put them together. But I'll explain to you first what it is that we're going to be doing. So as you're watching it and you're crafting along, it will make sense what it is that, you know, you see. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pick your paper, right? And you're going to start with the base. The base is going to be, again, that cardstock, those 3 sheets of paper that are cardstock, and this is what it's going to look like. But you're going to go ahead and cut that cardstock to 4-inch pieces, and you'll have this left over. So this is 4 inches, and this is 4 inches, and this will be your leftover. Again, don't throw anything away, right? So we're going to keep that and put that on the side, and we have our base. Okay, we're going to do that to all 3 sheets, and we're going to end up with, right, these. So that's that, and they've been folded in half. So this was one sheet, this was another sheet, and this was another sheet. So there's our 3 cardstock pieces. All right. Next, we're going to work, this is going to be the actual base for the card, right? Next, we're going to go ahead and work on the inside. For the inside, we went ahead and picked these right here. And this is what it looked like originally, right? It was one sheet of paper that looked like this. It was a 12 by 12. So it looked like that originally. And what you're going to do is you're going to take those pieces of paper for the inside, and you're going to cut them to 3 3/4. So 3 3/4, 3 3/4, 3 3/4, and then you'll have this left over. You'll do that with the second sheet as well, right? And you'll end up with these pieces. They've just been folded in half, but you get the idea. 3 3/4, 3 3/4, 3 3/4. This is left over. Then you're going to go ahead and cut them to 10 1/2. So you're going to go ahead and cut it. Oh, am I in frame? I hope so. You're going to go ahead and cut. Oh, let me do it this way so you guys can see. Long ways. You're going to take them and cut them at 10 1/2. So you'll chop this little piece off. Okay? And you'll end up with 6 of those. Now, I'm going to give you a pointer. When it comes to the inside of the card, I actually like to look for pages or papers that are soft and hopefully have lines. And the reason for that is just it makes it so much easier for the when you're writing your notes to have, number one, not a very sharp or deep colored background, so your pen will show, right, you're writing. Plus, if you have lines, they really help guide. You know, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I tend to write and I go up and I go down, and so this is a really nice way to do that. So that'll be the inside of your card. Then we're going to go ahead and cut the outside. We're going to do a very similar thing, the same basically. You're going to take the sheet of paper, right, and you're going to cut it the same. 3 3/4, 3 3/4, 3 3/4, and you'll have this little piece left over off of the 12 by 12 sheet. Of course, you're not going to throw this away. You're going to go ahead and save that. Now, once you've done that, you're going to take those pieces and you're going to go ahead and cut them into 5 1/4. So this is 5 1/4, and I'll do it this way so you guys can see. And this is 5 1/4, and you will have these pieces here left over at the bottom. Don't throw them away, right? Save that into your scrap pile. So you'll do that with all your sheets, and you'll end up with, you know, your pieces that are going to be 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. All right? And you can pause anytime, you know, in the video if you like, to go ahead and get those measurements and catch up, and then, you know, we can do it together. So anyway, I've done one set, so I'm going to go ahead and cut the rest to size, and then I'm going to go ahead and fold them and crease them, and then I'm going to go ahead and go through. Oh, you know what? I forgot to mention, in the supplies, totally optional, of course, but it really does look nice if you could actually grab your distress tool, right, and go around all the edges and distress. Well, now that you've got it all cut down to the sizes that you need, just go through, grab your distressing tool, and distress. If you do not have a distressing tool, you can always use inks, right? So if you have like these little pods of ink, great. If you don't, you can also grab even like a kitty marker and go around the edges and go ahead and do it that way as well, right? So lots of options, but it does help to finish off the project. Now, obviously, we will not be distressing this, but if you're using a different color base, let's say you decided to go with a pink base, you could distress those edges as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pause there. I'm going to go ahead and go through and finish cutting and folding these, and then I'm probably going to go ahead and just put them together, and then I'll come back and explain to you what it is that I've done and show you what all of this will look together once it's assembled. But in the meantime, go ahead and get your pieces ready and set up, and we will catch up in a second, okay? Okay, let's go ahead and make our coin envelopes. I've already made 3, so here they are. And we're going to make one together. So if you remember, we had saved 4 pieces of paper for our envelopes, right? So you're going to go ahead and cut those 12 by 12 pieces, or if you are using scraps, you need them to be at least 8 3/4. So 8 3/4 by 7, okay? So again, 7, 8 3/4, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and, if you have a score board, a score pal, or any other scoreboards, fantastic. If you don't, that's okay, because remember I said in the beginning that you could just use the pencil and a ruler. So this is where you're going to take out your pencil and ruler, mark, and then go ahead and crease your paper. but let's go ahead and utilize our scoreboard for the sake of time. We're going to go ahead and put the long way, the long piece, the 8 3/4 this way, and we're going to score at 2 1/4. It doesn't have to be too hard because, again, remember, this is thin art paper. 2 1/4, and then we're also going to score at 6 1/2. So again, 2 1/4, 6 1/2. We are going to go ahead and flip our paper now in the other direction. We're going to go ahead and score at 1, so 1 inch, or you're going to mark with your pencil and ruler at 1 inch. And then we're going to go ahead and do it again at 6 5/8. So 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and score. Okay, and that's all we're going to need to do with these. You could use the back of your scissor. You can use your bone folder if you like to go ahead and crease these. Again, these are thinner paper, so not a humongous deal to go ahead and just fold them by hand, which is what I'm doing right here. And then the top. Okay, so let me get rid of the score pal so you guys can see a little bit better, maybe. All right, so now we've got basically 1, 2, 3 sections, right? And we've got a top. This is going to be our top, the 1 inch, and then we've got our bottom, which is a thinner lip. We're going to take our scissors, any scissors. We're going to go ahead and snip the bottom, creating 3 flaps, right? 2 outers, 1 inner. On the outer flaps, you're going to come in here and you're going to go ahead and cut a little piece. This just helps with the creasing, especially if you're using thicker paper. All right, so it's going to look like that. Can you guys see that? Is it better if we hold it maybe this way? It looks like a little triangle kind of, right? Okay, then we're going to go ahead and go to the top. We're going to do the same thing again. We're going to snip to create 3 flaps, 2 outers, 1 inner, and we're going to go ahead and also snip here. Okay, once again, just, you know, a little sliver. You guys can see that. And do it again. It doesn't have to be perfect. They don't have to match. No one's going to see them. Okay, we've done all of our snipping. Now, could you essentially take these off right here? Just cut them off. You could. I do not recommend it because I actually like to keep these because they actually help to reinforce the top so that the envelope does not tear. So now we're going to take our glue and we're going to come in and we're going to glue the top outer flaps, leaving the center one alone. And don't be shy with the glue because you don't want anything snagging, right? But also don't go crazy and go overboard to the point where, you know, you have to wait half an hour for the stuff to dry. But again, it's paper and it's white glue, so it's pretty simple. Okay, so now we've done that. We're going to go ahead and bring it in and fold it. Now, if you notice, this one's a little bit off angle, and that's okay because we've got room to play. Remember, we went ahead and scored and we did all of our stuff, giving ourselves ample room for our card and also for the allowance of if you need to go ahead and insert, right? If you want to put, you know, money, a letter, something in there, you've got plenty of room. You've got a nice 1/4 of an inch, and look how much stuff you can still put in there and have it fit comfortably. So now we're going to go ahead and glue the center, and you can make your adjustments. The other ones are a lot straighter than this one, and it's probably because I'm kind of rushing through it. So when you're doing it, just take your time. Oh, make sure you don't get glue on the inside like I just did. Do this side as well. You want to do those edges because you don't want anything catching. Then we're going to go ahead and come in. We're going to close. We're going to make our adjustments as we need. We're going to press down, make sure that's nice. You can use your bone folder if you like. Now, one thing I always do is I like to bring my ruler and I like to run it across because if there's any glue, which I did, see? If you got any glue in there, you want to go ahead and make sure that it doesn't actually stick onto itself, and then you've ruined your envelope, right? Okay, so do that. Let me make sure. I still see some glue in there. Make sure it's dry. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, so we've done that. Make sure we get some air. Yep. All right, now we're going to take the bottom and I'm sorry, I forgot one step. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to tell you that it makes it a lot cleaner and a lot easier. Take this bottom flap right here, these two, and just cut across. And again, it doesn't need to be measured. It doesn't, no one's going to see it. This is just for making it easier to fold in, right? See? So now you don't have that other one showing up, and it also creates less bulk. We're also going to go ahead and take our scissors, and I mean, it could stay like that, but I like the look of taking it and snipping off these corners. It just gives it a cleaner look. Oh, that one went away. Okay. And see how it looks a lot cleaner on the bottom now? Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to take our glue and we're going to glue that bottom piece. Both of those little flaps. Okay, got it. And I'm kind of going fast. I want to make sure this video doesn't go way, way, way too long. But I'm trying to show you the right way of getting this done easily without needing a whole bunch of punch boards and bringing out tools. And I mean, this is just pretty simple. Okay, there's our coin envelope. Could this stay like this? Sure, it could. I like it by actually using this. Now, Madison has this tool right here, this angle, cutter. You could also use your, if you have a memory keeper punch board, the tag one, you could use that. But I just use this super handy dandy homemade ruler that we used with some, that we got using some junk mail. And I just take this side. I line up my top and my side, making sure that it is straight. I come in and I snip. And do not throw these away, because I've got a tip for you that Madison actually was so smart as to pick up on and help design. So I'll show you guys that. So don't throw those away. And there you go. You've got them. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 perfect envelopes now to insert your cards. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and clean up some of this mess because I got stuff everywhere, and we're gonna go ahead and come back and I'm gonna show you the finished product. Now on these or projects, I'm gonna go ahead and not embellish them too much, because the idea for these are to you can mail these, right? They're mailable. And oh, I'm missing one. Where'd it go? Here it is. And if you want to do that, then obviously you do not want to have too much bulk. You want it to be able to mail out as a card. So I will clean the stuff right up and just put the stickers on there, and I'll be back. And voila, we are done. So here is our finished project. We've got our beautiful 6 envelopes, and we did some different ones to kind of coordinate. We did our cards, and they are done front and back, and then of course on the inside as well. Of course, we went around in distress and did all the things that we talked about. Wanted to show you why we had said not to throw away anything. This is that remaining strip left from when we cut the papers. And these are those corners. Remember that we snipped off the envelopes? So those little touches just give it a little something, right? And then of course we used our lovely stickers from our sticker pack. So here's a great way to use those thinner papers, as well as your stickers that you have laying around that sometimes you're like, well, they're kind of plain. Well, here's a great way of enhancing them and just turning them into something absolutely useful and so pretty. And so we are done with these. And then of course we went and also finished the blue Stamperia. So we have our envelopes, and you see how these are a different size. So the size, is dependent completely up to you. But now we have these gorgeous card sets to go ahead and send out to someone. And here they are again. This one says, just like the butterfly, I will awaken in my own time. This one says, bring the star. Is she lovely? With a little butterfly on her headband. And then this one, she's just a little ballerina. And then a gorgeous heart. And then of course we remember the backs. So there's plenty of journaling room there on the back as well. as on the inside. And again, remember those corners, right? See how pretty they actually frame? So another great way of using some of that paper stash that you have, and some of those even project life cards and all that other good stuff. We hope that you have enjoyed it. We hope that you, of course, will, as usual, give it a try, because that's why we do this. If anyone's interested in either one of these sets, well, actually, yeah, either one of these sets probably will actually go into the Facebook page, so they'll be available. If anybody is interested in any custom orders, just go ahead and let us know, because we can do that as well. Madison really enjoyed making these, so we can definitely make more. Don't forget about the challenge. Don't forget about the giveaway. And we thank you so much. We hope to see you guys soon. Have a blessed day. Bye.